Hi, Tiffany. Welcome back to my butcher shop. Today we have my June TBR. I have a bunch of horror. I specifically also have like the oldest horror that I have on my TBR. I've had this book for so long that it's almost like ridiculous. I do know that it exists, like I haven't forgotten about it. It's just like a big book and I've never really heard anyone talk about it, so I've just never read it. Who knows, maybe I'll read it in June. You never know, you don't know. Like anything could happen, Tiffany, okay? And then also like a few series I want to read for like reading vlogs, whole bunch of fun, cool stuff, okay? Tiffany, why do you have to ask so many questions? Just like get on board, you know? Let's put aside the silliness just for a second, okay? Let's just pick it up, move it, and just put it down over here just for a second. We'll come back to it. Innocent men, women, and children are being murdered in Gaza. Palestinians are being murdered for no reason by the Israeli government. And as I'm sure a lot of you have seen, I've seen a lot of really fucked up shit online. Like it weighs heavy on me, as I'm sure it weighs heavy on you. So I wanted to, first of all, wanted to say that I stand, of course, in support of Palestine, and that I want for the massacre, this genocide, to end. But on top of that also, I'm going to be putting links in my description for places where you can donate, and just like resources in general, to help the remaining people who are in Gaza to escape and not be murdered, not be killed. It breaks my heart every single day. The longer that this goes on, the more things that I see and that we all see on social media, the more that it's reported on, the numbers keep going up. I think the latest number that I read was like 40,000 civilians have been killed. And of that, I think 14,000 of them, maybe more, were children who died senselessly for no reason. So yeah, please do all the things in the description. Donate. I'm putting it all there for you. I'm going to be donating myself. So yeah, anyway, okay, let's get back to the video. Let's pick up the silliness. Oh, we've got the, oh no, I dropped the silliness. Oh, it's too bad. Actually, I'm gonna fix my camera angle and just for a second, because this is bothering me. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and follow me there. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. My Patreon. It's a place where you can get extra content from me. I do like reading sprints, there's extra content, there's early access to content. We have a book club where almost every month we invite like other booktubers, authors to join us in discussions of certain books. So if you're interested in checking it out and joining us, please, by all means, join us. We would love to have you. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. Like, I know that you want it to be a cult, but just, it's crazy because it's not a cult. Like, sure, like, you know, people aren't allowed to leave. We isolate them, but like, is that bad? Oh, my hair clip. By the way, what do you guys think of my hair? Does it look awful? Let me know in the comments, please. The first book I want to talk to you about is Someone Like Me by M.R. Carey. I've had this book since it came out, which was in 2018. So I've had this book for 6 years, never read it. I've like, as you know, I've unhauled books a lot. Like, I know it seems like I'm a hoarder. I do get rid of things quite often. There's just so many things to get rid of, you know? Hi, David. I've had this for so long, and each iteration of me going through my collection and calling, there's like a spark. There's like an inkling. There's like a feeling of like, what if it's amazing? What if it's the best book I've ever fucking read? What do I do then? I can't be a fool, okay, Tiffany? I can't be a fucking idiot and like get rid of this and then maybe one day in 10 years read it and then realize that I had the first edition. Like, I can't do that. This is about this girl named Liz. Liz is a perfect angel, okay? And you're like, Jordan, there's no way. Like, no one's a perfect angel. Okay, first of all, you're forgetting about me. Second of all, Liz is a perfect angel. You know, she wouldn't hurt a fly. She has her kids, and that is like her whole life. She's like, God bless the kids of America, or whatever, right? That's like what she does. That's like who she is. But then there's this other side to Liz that's a bit darker. That's a bit more malicious. That's a bit more cutthroat. This side to Liz would do anything to get what she fucking wants. Anything. When her alter ego takes control, who I'm assuming is this like, not like God bless America kind of vibe, but more of like a, you know, like things get bad. Things get devastating. Why do I kind of feel like I look like a child on Toddlers and Tiaras? It sounds interesting. I'm interested. Who knows if I'll ever read this? I want to read this. Maybe I'll do like a reading vlog for it. If you've read this, tell me what you thought of it. I would love to know your opinion. I also have this book, which I've also owned for quite a while, and that is The Sanatorium by Sarah Peirce. I've had this since it came out, and I never read it. Cause like, I feel like there was another book that came out at the same time as this that had like a similar vibe that I hated. Ooh, what was it called? It had like such similar covers, such similar vibes that I was like, fuck that. So this is about this like sanitarium called Les Semmites. It's like this, you know, sanatorium. It gets like renovated. It's because I think it's like abandoned. It gets like renovated by this like minimalist company that are like, we're gonna make this into like a luxury experience or whatever. They renovate it, blah blah blah, and then we meet our main character, who is this girl named Ellen, and she is invited to this hotel by her, I think, brother and her sister-in-law. And so she's like, you know what, fine, whatever, even though it's like kind of weird to go as like a third wheel, but whatever. So she goes, and then I think like a day into them being at this hotel, the sister-in-law goes missing. Suspicious and weird. But Ellen is like a detective, so she's got her magnifying glass out and she's looking for fucking clues. Okay, there's like another bitch who goes missing as well. Ellen is under pressure to find Lori, her sister-in-law, but no one has realized yet that another woman has gone missing, and she's the only one who could have warned them about how much danger they are all in. Let me know also if you've read this. Sounds fun. It sounds fine. I'm not like jumping over the table, frothing at the mouth to get at it. Do you know what I mean? I want to quickly talk about these 3 books because I've talked about them so much in the past like month and a half. But I do want to do like a part 2 reading vlog with these books, the rest of David Sodergren's books. I know. I think I actually had these on my May TBR. I want to get as many people as possible turned on to, that was a weird way of saying that. I want to get as many people as possible tuned in on David Sodergren. So I do want to read these. I'm not going to say what they're about because I've already said so much about them. But yeah, let me know if you want to see that. Oh my God, I also forgot to talk about the Patreon book. Speaking of David Sodergren, I forgot to talk about my Patreon book club pick for June. I completely forgot that we're going to be reading actually Maggie's Grave with Jan Agaton, which, I'm sorry, Jan is the epitome of beauty. She's hilarious. She can't cook, but like that's fine. Like I could be the cook, you know what I mean? And like that would be okay with me. If only she would accept me in my heart. I don't know if her boyfriend appreciates that kind of humor. Oh well, who cares? We're gonna be having Jan on the Patreon as we read this book. It's gonna be so much fun. From what I understand, this is like a creepy village and there's like a grave and it's like Maggie's grave. Check out the Patreon in June. We'll be doing that. It'll be really, really fun. We'd love to have you. Speaking of reading vlogs, I also kind of want to do, and my patrons helped me decide, more vlogs where I'm like reading whole series rather than like doing like, I'm reading like this random horror book. I kind of want to do series and stuff. And so I think I want to read the Indian Lake series by Stephen Graham Jones. This is an ARC copy because I never actually bought a finished copy, but I think I'm honestly going to buy the whole series. I have a complicated relationship with Stephen's book specifically. Stephen as a guy, I'm sure he's great. It's like a very like hit and miss kind of situation. Like for instance, I'll always like really love like the first half of his books, but then in the second half is when he just completely loses me. I'm hopeful for these because I've heard very good things. Also the covers, oh, stunning. My Heart is a Chainsaw specifically, which by the way, fucking love that title, is about this girl named Jade. Her real name is Jennifer Daniels, but she goes by Jade. She's 17 years old. She is a half Indian outcast. Jade feels like she's like in the beginnings of a slasher movie. It's weird, honestly, because it's real life, obviously, but then she has this very like out of body kind of feeling, like that she's inside of one of the movies that she loves. And it's because like all of these tourists have been coming to Indian Lake where she lives and have been going missing. Jade, throughout the days and weeks and months, watches as her town is just like thrust into catastrophe through these like capitalistic people. This summer, as yachts compete with canoes on Indian Lake, Jade is convinced a killer will rise. I don't know what to think. I'm really hopeful for this. I'm really, really hopeful. I want to love Stephen Graham Jones. I want to, and like half of me does. Let me know in the comments if you've read this, if you've read the series. I want to know. Also, is it just 3 books or is it going to be more than that? Either way, I'm into it. Also, I had no idea that the main character was only 17. Is it technically, it's adult, right? I think it's adult. Anyway, while we're here, let's talk about a few books I did talk about recently in my latest book haul. One of those is Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because if you have watched that video, maybe you'll have seen me talk about this, but this sounds so fucking good and so fucking weird and so fucking cute. Like, I fucking can't. This is about like this monster, this like eldritch monster, it seems, who's like living in a swamp kind of area. She/they are like just like a lump basically in the water. They're just resting, they're just chilling. Like, can they just like chill for a second? God. And then these like monster hunters are like, that's a monster. And she's like, oh God, this is so annoying. Can you guys just like chill out? Like, I'm over it. But either way, she like runs away. Next thing she knows, she's being like bandaged up and like taken care of by this girl named Homily. And Homily is like this human girl. And Homily thinks that this monster is also a human girl because she's like disguised herself. You know, our main character, our monster, is like, perfect, I'm gonna like eat you, or like have my children eat you. But then she's like, wait a minute, this Homily bitch is actually kind of cute. She's kind of like nice. I kind of like her actually. And then Homily is like, I'm trying to find this monster because I'm a monster hunter and I kill monsters. But this one monster that was like a shapeshifter, like cursed my family and I'm gonna kill it. And our monster main character is like, it wasn't fucking me. It wasn't fucking me. It's just about them falling in love, I think. I don't know. I'm so excited to read this. And I cannot get to this fast enough. I tell you, Tiffany. Maybe actually in the same vlog. I know I have listen, this TBR is just like a vlog TBR. But I want to read Night Watching by Tracy Sierra. This is about a woman. I think she's unnamed in the book. She's putting her little children, you know, back down to bed. It's like the middle of the night. They had woken up or whatever. She's tucking them back in. Everything's fine. And she goes to leave the children's room. And in the hallway, she sees this person, I think a man, standing in the hallway, like a stranger, like an intruder. And so immediately she's like, no, no, children, get the fuck up. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And so her and her children get into this like crawl space thing, this like tiny little panic room type of situation, and hide away in there. And this intruder is like looking for her and the children, and he's like, children, come out with your hands up or whatever. I got candy. I'll give you a Mars bar. I'm trying to like coax the children out. And she's like, no, these children are mine. Thank you though. And as she's looking at this person, at this man, I'm assuming it's a man. There's no way it's a woman. As she's looking at this man, she's like, you know, boring holes into him because she's like, this is so weird. I like recognize this person. And then it hits her. She knows this guy. She's like seen this dude, talked to this dude, and she like knows exactly what the fuck he wants. I can't wait to read this. I might honestly do like a reading vlog and just read these 2 books. Let me know what you think. A film is coming out in June. It's an adaptation of a book that I loved in 2023. And so I'm thinking about rereading the book before I go see the movie. And that is The Watchers by A.M. Shine. If you know me, if you have been part of this channel, you know how much I love this book, how much I would like literally give up my entire life, soul, and being for it. So the fact the movie's coming out, I'm so excited. Can't wait. I can't fucking wait. It looks really, really good. I'm thinking I might reread it. I was honestly thinking like doing like a vlog where like I reread this and I vlog going to the movie and then I sort of compare the 2. What do you think? Would you be into that? Would you? Tell me right now. Tell me right to my fucking face, Tiffany. You tell me. Okay, thank you so much for your input. Okay, it is the summertime. I'm always looking for like summer type horror. I really am thinking about reading Kill River. These books are like ugly, but like in like a kind of like cool way. Kind of reminds me of like shitty low budget 90s horror movies. Like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Tales from the Crypt Keeper kind of vibes. This is the third one. There are 3 books. I think there might be more. And these are summer amusement park slasher kind of books. What do you think of the cover? Because like I can't decide if I hate or love the cover. I think I'm actually leaning towards love. So let's go back into the past to 1983. We have this girl named Cindy. Cindy is 13 years old and she's at like a sleepaway camp or something like that. And one night her and her friends, whose name are Stacy, Zach, and Brad, literally the whitest kids they decide to sneak away, right? And they kind of get lost in the woods. Like they spend like hours, like an entire night just lost in the woods. And then they finally come across this like abandoned water theme park, like water park. Maybe it's not abandoned. They don't really know. All they know is that no one's around. And so they're kind of like, oh my God, this is so cool. We can like just like fuck around and find out. So they start playing around, blah, blah, blah. And then things start to go bad when one of them goes missing. One of them just like disappears. And everyone, including Cindy, gets like really freaked out. That's when they notice that a dark hooded figure is like stalking them throughout the park and sort of picking them off one by one. Once night falls, Cindy will have to fight to escape the park. Cindy's gonna have to like escape and defeat this like masked weirdo who's like killing her and her fucking friends. There's 3 books. I don't know if we follow the same girl each time. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, we're following Cindy in all of these apparently. So, you know, we do know that she lives, but I'm excited to read these. I'm gonna do a reading vlog for these eventually, I think, as well. Anyway, my friends, my family, my familia, mama. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Thank you so much for being here. It was so much fun. I just love it when we talk and shoot the shit. It's just so much fun. It's just so great. I just love doing it. I think I'm honestly gonna order a pizza. I'm very hungry and I'm too lazy to cook. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, talk about creepy shit, talk about Kill River and the watchers and shit. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Tiffany.